Thank you for Patreon now for donating to the Patreon.
Hey guys, it's Vanity Ezel back on Cardfight Vanguard, Ezel on the Vanity weekly reviews. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't like, comment, subscribe, and so shall we. This time we're covering more reviews from DZ Set 2. We have yet to see something as busted as Blagdemire, but we have a really fun deck in the midst, so let's get this started, shall we? First up, we have full Excel Officer, Great on Boost, 5 Kishode, K base, act rear guard once per turn if your order's on as a prison in it. Soul Blast 1, choose one punch rear guards and imprison in your prison. If you do not imprison a rear guard, this unit gets 10k for the turn. I don't know, I was about to say 2k, I'm so used to the 2k ones, but cool. It's an 18k, it's a simple Soul Blast, and you either get a rear guard into prison, or you got an 18k booster slash swinger. All around, this is really cool, and I don't know what blanket unit like this is reminding me of. It's either reminding me of that one hero grade one that came out when Heroes came out, you know, like the little robo thing with like the little batons that was like on place. I think Soul Blast 1 scout a hero from your drop zone into your base. I think that's what it did. Or it's Cheval Stud, or like it's some old prison card. It's definitely not Cheval Stud, but it's like some old prison card. It's one of the two that's bringing memories. I don't know why. Either way, though, this is a really cool card, but sadly, I don't think we're running this in prison, but it's still cool to look at, so possibly 3 of if you choose to run it. Then we have Freezing Wave. Interesting. Grade 2 normal order. Sorry, blitz order, actually. Play it by Soul Blasting 1. Choose armor that's being attacked, and it gets plus 10,000 for them to turn for each rested set order in your order zone. So, the decks that can spam set orders out the wazoo, such as, and rest them specifically, such as Archite. Let's just say they get all 4 in there. That's a free 40k to a unit for a simple Soul Blast of 1. Yeah, kind of busted. Are there other set orders that we can rest? Yes, there are. There's the Silhouette Arms, so there's those ones. And that's like, those are the only 2 that are coming to mind. Oh wait, no. We recently just got the new one that's actually in the same video. So we have a few more that can rest set orders. Interesting. They preemptively gave us support. You know what? This card might actually be better than what I thought it was originally. This is possible 2 up to 3 of, depending on if you're running it in one of those decks and how much soul you have access to. Because, yeah, free shield. Actually, in hindsight, yeah, at least in the new one we have, because I don't have soul problems with that deck at all. Yeah, hell yeah, run this in there at 4 of, just cause. Then move on to Inspiring Archer Alana, Great on Boost, 5 Kishode, K base. Okay, we all know, regardless of what her skill does, I'm biased towards her anyway. She has a bow and arrow. We all know bow and arrows are my favorite weapon. Continues rear guard during your turn. If you have no other rear guards with the same name as this unit, all your grade 0 rear guards get plus 5 in power. Okay, I think the reason why they specified that it has to be a different name, or no other rear guards with the same name as her, is because if they made it like Neonectar would and make them all have the same name, suddenly having just one automatically means everything on your board gets plus 10, and having a full board of them, everything on your board gets plus 20 if they sort out that grade 0 thing for like even just grade 1. Like, Elena is good. She's a good card. Sadly, you only can have 1 copy of her on the board to get the 5k. But hey, 10k at least base power tokens in any other deck, the ones that are probably giving them power, probably like 15 and 20k base, is pretty good for tokens. So Elena's a possible 3 or 4 of. Obviously, she's bricky if that case, but she makes for good discard fodder. And again, free 5k to all your tokens. So there's that. Also, just trigger spam, because it specifies grade 0 rear guards. If you want to trigger beat down your opponent, you very much can. And trust me, coming from someone that has done it once or twice just as a bit and it actually worked out, it's really fun to do, and it stupidly works if you know what you're doing. In that case, I didn't. I just got really fucking lucky. And we move on to our new ride line that we just got. So the Roto Visor line, aka another deck that actually supports this order, believe it or not. Starting to think that Bushy released that intentionally in this set. Grade 0 boost, 5 Kishos, K base, auto removal a second draw card, standard start, and a special free draw if you go second. None of the Roto Visor line really requires it, but something I do like about this line, it brings back Nova Grappler, and I'm so glad I finally had comments on my videos about this, because I have been missing comments like this where people would like just discuss like the deck theme, and it reminded me that not just this deck is a part of our Nova Grappler line, which I understood, but it reminds me of Victor, specifically Favorite Champ. And for those of you that don't know, Favorite Champ is one of my favorite Nova Grappler units and is a play I really like to do. And if you play against me in G or Premium and I'm playing Novas, there's a 100% chance that I'm going into Favorite Champ that game, no matter what you try to do to stop me. I will live to Favorite Champ just to do it at least once. Anyways, Roto Visor, nice starter. Then move on to LDR Roto Visor, Great on Boost, 5k Shode, K base, auto, when voted upon by a grade 2 card, Roto Visor's card name. Search after 1 arena card, add it to your hand and shuffle your deck, and auto rear guard when your other unit same column as it stands due to your card's ability. That unit will get plus 1,000 power for that turn. All around pretty solid. Searches an arena, which is nice, and that's this deck set order, which can rest. And then has another ability which can give your units 5k if the same column is unit stood. So it's nice support card for Roto Visors, yes, for like standard rear guards, but it's also a nice support card for Astrum, which I have been told that apparently it's going around that Astrum was like the beta for this deck essentially, which is disappointing because Razors, or not just Razors, but like Novas in general, were the testing ground of any Excel deck for V. If you don't believe me, like go back in the entirety of V, look at what Novas did, and then look at like 1 to 2 sets later that another Excel deck eventually became popular for, and then lo and behold, like it seems like Novas were like the testing ground for everything else. Like I even remember, I brought this up in the deck profile about this deck too, but like the ultimate dual flare Risor thing in the V clan selection, if I remember correctly, that came out before something else during the clan collections, and then the one that came out after was just 10 times better, to the point where you start to think for a second, Nova's just got the shit out of the stick and we're just the testing boys. But it's cool that at least it came for another Robo line, which isn't as bad. But yeah, Eldo is a nice card. Then we have Nova Grappler Arena Urban City, grade 2 set order arena. Okay, first up, I'm a fan of LBX. All of you know this. It brings me so much joy that one of my most popular videos on the channel is an LBX video. You have no idea how proud I am of that. But for some reason, this looks like Achilles seat to me. If you know what that is, good for you. If you don't know what that is, go look it up. Anyways, auto order zone. It's an arena. When your unit attacks, if your Vanguard has Roto Visor as its card name and you have no arenas have been rested during this battle, rest this card, choose one of your attacking units, and it gets auto Vanguard or rear guard, so it works for both Van and rear. When this attack hits, you may counter charge 1 or NG charge 2 until end of battle. All around pretty solid because A, it applies pressure to anything, B, it sets up for this, and then C, it gets you free resources out the wazoo for either energy or CC, and it gives it to both Vanguard and rear guard, and the best part is, I think I said it before, but just in case, it can hit anything. So it can hit a Van, it can hit a rear. Hell, they made a way to do it, they can hit the damage zone. Like, Urban City is all around a very solid card, and it's nice to have. It's searchable. It gives resources out the wazoo. Like, Roto Visor knows what they're doing in terms of resources. Then we have Vosrisor Roto Visor, grade 2 and set 5 Kaishio, 10k base. Auto and Rotopon by a grade 3 card Roto Visor's card name. Look at top 7 for either a grade 3 or greater with Roto Visor's card name, or an arena, reveal it, put it to hand, and shuffle your deck. And if you did not reveal a card, call this card to rear guard circle. So cool. Beat stick. And then auto rear guard, when this unit attacks anything, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard Roto Visor's card name, this unit gets 5 power for that battle. All around pretty solid. It's a 15k swinger when you swing it to anything, as long as you have the grade 3 Roto Visor, and not to mention that it can search the grade 3 Roto Visor, and it can also just search the order. So all around very solid grade 2, nice to have. It's a good ride deck card. Then we have Gzelrisor Roto Visor, the thing that originally reminded me of Blouse, but now that I think about it, it actually reminds me of favorite champ thanks to that conversation. So grade 3, 200% 13k base, decked out with hell with guns, auto Vanguard during your turn. Oh, it's a continuous Vanguard. Oh, the thing's got swap skills. Anyways, continuous Vanguard during your turn. If you have 3 or more arenas in your order zone, all your front row units get +5 power for that turn. All around pretty solid. 5k to front row. Very easy in Brankgate to get a bunch of orders into order zone. And then auto Vanguard once per turn at the end about that this unit attacked into anything, Vanguard or rear guard. Again, could still possibly proc off Urban City. Counterblast 2, the first time in a while, or in general, I think I've seen Counterblast 2 in a D deck on a main Vanguard. Someone put in the comments below how many main grade 3 Vanguards in D have CB2, because I truly believe that we have less than 5 counting this one, and a part of me believes that this is the only one in D that has a CB2 as its cost. But draw a card, then choose rear guards equal to the arena is in your order zone and stand them, and then if you stood 3 or more, all chosen rear guards get +5,000 power for that battle. All are pretty solid. The reason why I say this reminds me of favorite champs is because if those of you don't know what favorite champ does, you stand rear guards equal to the number, it's either victors or just face-up card G zones in general. Actually, no, it's probably face-up cards and G zones in general, and then by distancing 1, and then if you stood 3 or more, by the way, you CB2 to do this, but then if you stood 3 or more, you then ditch 3 more cards, and then stand the Vanguard, drive -2, and then you get a counter charge 1, and you pretty much can just keep going as long as you have hand cards and CB, and it's very fun to do. But either way though, Roto Visor is pretty solid. It gets numbers, so it allows for at least a little bit of pokes, and as I'll say in that deck profile, a good amount of pokes can do anything, especially when Zed pokes have pressure behind them. And then not to mention the fact it can just stand more rear guards, and it gets you a draw, which feels so out of place, but at the same time, in any aggro deck, hand cards becomes a problem, so just being able to get a free draw out of that is just a nice benefit. So yeah, all around good card, and him being decked out with guns kind of proves the point that they know what they're doing. Then we have Compassionate Mechanic, grade 2 and set 5k, shield 10k base. It took me 2 hours to realize this was the jetpack. Continues rear guard during your turn. If you have 2 or more arenas in your order zone, it gets +5 power, so 15k. Pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie, she has been used in 1 match with Roto Visor, and that was in. I played 6 games because the first game lagged like hell. And then the other skills, auto rear guard once per turn at the end of the battle that this unit attack. If you have a Vanguard that's a grade 3 or greater and an arena in your order zone was rest during the battle, Energy Blast 3, draw a card, choose one of your other units, and it gets +5 power for that turn. Cool. It increases your hand like this one, only using EB, and it's 5k also, and not to mention the fact that it also procs with Urban City, and it gives your restand targets better power. My only thing is, your restand targets already have a good amount of power, and in fact, they have more power outright compared to her on rear guard and on their own, to the point where you only call her just to get the draw. That's literally the only reason you call her. And to be straight up honest with you, the deck, at least from what I've experienced with it, doesn't really have a hand problem against like aggro decks unless like they're aggro. And what I mean by aggro is I mean they go second and they bring out like a full legit board in 5 seconds. Like they're playing how I play Clarent in V, aka run the main and then spam out a full board of grade 1s in about 5 seconds. So mechanic isn't bad, don't get me wrong, but you only really need her for that draw because I guarantee you the power of your other rearguard options will definitely outpower whatever the hell she can bring to the table. So 4 of her if you choose to run her, but yeah, it's kind of like that card where you either use her all the way or you don't use her at all. Then we have Direful Doll Cherubi. The weird thing was, the day we got these revealed, like 10 minutes before we got these revealed, I was like, you know what, it's funny. Gzelrisor got 3 cards support. I wonder if Direful Dolls are getting support this set. I guess Bushy forgot about them. 10 minutes later, these appear. So, Grade 2 and 5k shield, 10k base, auto rear guard. Willing to attacks a Grade 3 or greater unit. Put a Direful Doll, put a card, unit card with Direful Doll and its card name from your drop zone into your soul. And this unit gets 5 power for each grade of the card put into the soul for this cost. And at the end of the battle, bind this unit. So cool, it can put itself into bind zone, get you more soul cards for free. And it gets 5k per the grade of the unit. So if you sent a grade 3, that's a free plus 20, which is great. Wait, no, never mind, that's free plus 15 because grade 0s won't count towards that. And then auto rear guard, when this attack hits a grade 3 or greater vanguard, choose opponent's rear guard, kill it. I love that that has inherent pressure. It gets numbers, and it does all of this for free, and it can send itself to guards or into bind zone, which technically would count as guard circle late in the next turn. And I love how Direful Dolls consistently have the skills where they just have to attack grade 3 or greater units, not grade 3 or greater vanguards. I mean, yeah, this ability is restricted to that, but not this one. So all around pretty solid. Free rear guard kill, free guard power, free soul cards, free numbers. What's like about it? Easy 4 of. Then we have Direful Doll Zarya. So grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this like looks kind of unfinished right here with the whole like black streak line anyways. Either way though, auto rear guard at the end about this unit boosted. If you have a grade 3 greater vanguard Direful Doll in its card name, bind this unit energy charge 1. I was about to say I wish this counterblast one, but then upon further thinking about it, energy charging is better because we have that 1 grade 2 that spites us by making us energy blast 3 to call it. So yeah, Zarya is a pretty good grade 1, and now those 2 filler cards I ran in my my Direful Doll deck just so I had more Direful Dolls suddenly don't have to be there. So thank you Bushy for giving us exactly 2 so I don't have to tech out anyone I actually don't want to tech out. So Direful Doll Zarya, very good for energy charging. I do wish she counter charged, or maybe they could have made her counter charge or energy charge, but hey, I'll take what I can get. She binds, she gives resource in some way, shape, or form. Very good card, 3 over 4 of. Next up, we have Friendly Broccoli and a grade 2 and set 5k shield, 10k base, auto and placed on rearguard circle from the hand. If you have a token unit on your rearguard, kind of boss want to draw a card. All around, decent card, helps increase hand cards and token based decks that don't use up too much CB. I haven't played Grand Theft in forever, but I don't remember using up too much CB, so possible draw a hand there. And then change rearguard to guard circle. If you have a token unit on your rearguard circle, it'll get plus 5 in power and 5 in shield. All around, it's a nice card to have. Also, I just remembered Claudine, which doesn't eat up too much CB, so you can have more hand cards in that deck, and also being a 15k base and a 10k shield just during both players' turns, all around pretty solid. So I think it's a nice like 4 of any real token based deck. And then we have special attack Seed Machine Gun. So this annoyingly hilarious card is probably the best defensive order in the game, or at least for Stoicheia. Grade 3 Blitz order, counter blast a single one to play it. Choose one of your units that's being attacked, and it gets plus 10,000 power for that battle. Then you pick one of your vanguards until end of turn. It gets auto vanguard when your opponent's front row unit stands, or when your opponent places a unit on their front row rearguard circle. This unit will get plus 5,000 power for that turn. The important thing to realize is Bushy, when they made D, gave almost every deck a way to restand a rear guard for multi-attack, and the ones that didn't got extra crit. That's why the counter heals exist. Now Bushy is giving Stoicheia the out to pretty much all of them because that 5k stacks for the turn. So say for example you're playing against something like Flagbird, which actually restands its rear guards. This is an FU to that. Hell, the new Royal, or not the new Royal, the new I don't know if I was supposed to say Grand Blue, the new this line, the Nova line, just got a big middle finger after literally less than a week of being revealed. This got released on Thursday. It's currently Monday, March 25th. 5 days later, and we got this. This feels like a douche move, but it's a good card. It's sad that Nova's had one, like, less than a week in the limelight, and then they immediately get shoot in the knees with whatever this is. 3 of, it's a nice defensive card, nothing can really stop it. Then we have Stealth Dragon and Mole, grade 2 and set 5k shield, 10k base. Okay, we have the moon, we have the beautiful pink hand, and now that I have the important stuff over, auto when placed on rear guard circle, energy blast 3, choose the same number of your opponent's rear guards, the number of set orders in your order zone, and your opponent's order zone, and retire them. I read that originally as your order zone, and I was like, okay, cool, we have support for Zedlands. No, this is support for anything that fights Brantgate. So every single Brantgate main got a kick in the shin from this one card existing, because unless the Dragon Empire deck is spamming energy off the wazoo, and currently there is none that inherently spams out that much energy on its own, you get a free EB every turn, and then you're just going to play all of them down, and then you're going to murder your opponent's board because they overran the cards with orders. Man, to all your Brantgate mains, I'm sorry, you didn't deserve this. This is cheap. You know, you got skewed pain, and that was fair, but you didn't deserve to get hit by this. This is mean. And then auto rear guard when this unit attacks. If your opponent's vanguard is a grade 3 or greater, and your opponent has no rear guards, this unit gets tons of power for that battle. Cool. It's a 20k swing. Okay, I need to focus this. I know I talked about before how I wanted there to be some Brantgate deck, or some deck in general, that was like, it destroys set orders or it screws them over, but that was when I truly believed that every deck was going to get like an actual set order that their deck is based around, and slowly but surely we were getting there. Keter just needs another one to replace Pride and Protect because no one really likes it, and I don't think Darkseid has one yet, and then everyone else does actually have one. Stowy has something. Stowy has at least Rose. I don't remember if they have another one. Keter does. Actually, no, wait. Keter does have another one or two, like the Thegria orders. And then, yeah, this just feels like a hate card against the entirety of Brantgate. I know this is what I wanted, but I expected us to have, you know, more variety and fairness in terms of set orders, not Brantgate becomes overwhelmed with them. This is mean, but she knew what they were doing when they made this card. I'm sorry, you Brantgate mains, you didn't deserve this.
And sorry this took so long, but we have our last reveal for the day. First up, we have Bold Brave Shooter, grade 2 instead 5k shield, 10k base, continues rearguard during your turn. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard flag break in its card name, this unit gets boosted and auto rearguard. At the end of the battle that this unit attacked or boosted, put this unit into soul and choose one of your opponent's units, and it gets plus 5,000 power for the turn. Or sorry, choose one of your units to get 5,000 power. All around pretty solid because it's a 15k booster, which is nice to have, which is always good in multi-tag decks, but also it can increase your soul count, and it can give more units 5k, so you can spam your restanders, such as Inlet Pulse Dragon, or what's the grade 2 that I really like to use, a lot more easier. So all around, very solid grade 2, I like it a lot, I think it's nice, easy 3 if not 4 of in a Flagbird deck. And then we have Battle Siren Altharia, so I just really love this one. I mean, look at her trident, look at her shield, I really love like the little green aura they have around them. Anyways, great on boost, 5k shield, 8k base, auto when placed on rearguard circle in the hand, energy charge 2. Oh god, I can see people spamming this in Zorga already. And auto rearguard at the beginning of your battle phase. If you have a grade 3 or greater tier dragon vanguard, okay. Soul plus 1, choose one of your units and it gets auto vanguard or rearguard. When this unit attacks, this unit will get plus 5,000 power for that turn until end of turn. Okay, so Premium just got a weapon of mass destruction in it because Tetra Drives are going to be a lot more fun to spam, but tier dragon vanguard? Isn't Iron Anchor, Chain, Resentment Dragon, whatever that one grade 3 I keep spamming is, isn't that a tier dragon? Huh, but she's gonna have to be a lot more careful with the release of her, because suddenly we have a generic card that not only EB2, but also does that. So either way, those are pretty good cards. I'm gonna just here, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, so sorry that this went out late. I have the day off and I completely slept in. But yeah, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, look for Twitch, and I'll see you all soon to stand up your Vanguard.